and welcome back to Multiplex Fandom Fight. I am your host, Caleb Coho, and I have a very special co-host joining me on this episode, my longtime rival in every other league, but he is one of my favorite people to commentate with. That is Red Ranger RJ. How you doing, RJ?
I'm tired of being everybody's rival, but I guess everyone, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I learned to live with it, but it is always fun to be on this side of the desk. Just being able to see what these two competitors got, and especially today, it is going to be definitely fun to see what these two competitors have to offer.
Absolutely. Today is a big match in the scope of the title picture. The winner of this plays in a contender in a qualifier spot for the #1 contendership. It's a pretty big match, and we have two pretty big personalities in the room today. We have Sandy the Sandman Robinson making his Fandom Fight return against the Cosmic Nightfury Nico Suave Regoli, who has been a force to be reckoned with. It's going to be a very intense, interesting matchup here today. But I think that's enough from us. I think it's time to hear what the competitors have to say for themselves.
What's up, everybody? I mean, you guys know me. I'm Sandy the Sandman Robinson. I've been around for quite a long time in these types of leagues. I'm facing Nico today. Nico and I are buddies. I have zero bad to say about him. In fact, I've often called Nico the person who's most willing to break out soon, and I have a really good feeling that today is his day to break out. So everybody cheer for Nico, because I'm going to get my butt kicked by him. He's been studying. He's doing his job. He's doing his work. He's doing a great job. I'm just here to put up a good fight, give him the best thing, because he's going to need it if he's going to move forward. But you know what? Let's let the chips fall where they may. I just want a good match. It's going to be a lot of fun today.
So my journey here through Multiplex Entertainment has been a weird one. I've had as many highs as I've had lows. I've pissed as many people off as I've made people proud. I've both won and lost a match with 3 points. No one else can say that. People like to rag on my accuracy when it comes to correct answers. Granted, those same people who are ragging on me have 0 wins on their record in months. So they have no room to talk. But yeah, the fact that I'm here is amazing. The fact that I'm actually getting the opportunity to face Sandy the Sandman Robinson, someone who has stood by me when no one else would in certain circumstances, someone I respect greatly. I actually want to dedicate this match to him because of how great a friend he's been to me and how honored I am to have this opportunity to face him. He said that I've been studying, and he's not wrong. But if you saw my Fandom TV play-in match, you'll understand if I don't do well here, because ever since that match, I've put all my eggs into the Fandom TV basket. I've been working super hard over there that I kind of forgot to focus on movies again. So if this ends up being my last movie match of 2018, so be it. I'm honored to have Sandy Robinson be that final opponent.
Not a lot of smack being talked. These two were extremely friendly. Nico even being somewhat inspirational in his promo. It's a very kind matchup, RJ.
I mean, look, I've played Sandy before, and I've seen Sandy play. Sandy will not talk mess unless you try to talk mess to him. Nico usually will sometimes try to put himself up. The main thing I see here today is that neither competitor is actually confident that they are going to beat the other. So the real question is, who is right?
Well, we're going to find out right now as we get into our proper introduction. And Team 80s, he is Sandy the Sandman Robinson. And his opponent, representing House Nightfury and Afro Samurai, with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat. He is the Cosmic Nightfury, Nico Suave Regoli. All right, gentlemen, you've been here before. You know how the rounds work, but just because we need to do it out of obligation for all those new viewers, round one works like this. You're going to get 10 questions from 10 different categories, each worth 1 point apiece. You have 3 repeats for the entirety of a match and a challenge rule. If you get all 10 questions right, you will be given a bonus question just for you. Unless both get a perfect first round, then you both get the bonus question. All right, any questions before we get into round number 1? All right, gentlemen, your first question comes in the category of DC. What year saw the release of Batman the movie?
I've only seen this movie once, and I have to say, not a fan.
Really?
Wait, the Adam West version or the first one with Michael Keaton?
Batman the movie. Oh, we can get Batman the movie. I thought it was a charming film. I don't know.
It had its moments, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, because I'm from the 90s. I grew up with a very different Batman. Kevin Connolly will always be my Batman.
Oh, Kevin Conroy would be proud of you.
Sorry, Connolly. Sorry, I always say Connolly. I don't know why.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Nico.
Again, I wasn't sure which movie. 66 for Adam West.
That is correct for a point. Sandy.
I switched it to 78.
Ooh. Unfortunately, incorrect. Nico is in the lead after 1. I want to give him their second question, RJ.
No problem. All right, gentlemen, your second question is in the category of Star Wars. What is the name of Anakin Skywalker's stepfather?
His stepfather, kind of one of the more annoying characters to show up in the prequels.
I just want to know how he felt about everything that happened with the prequels. Like, we know how his stepbrother feels about everything in his prequels, but we never really got to see his stepfather react to everything that went down.
I think that should be the next Star Wars story spin-off.
Yes, what happened?
4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We'll start with Sandy on this one. That is correct. And Nico.
Caligulars.
That is correct. Both of them on the board. After 2, your third question comes in the category of the MCU. Who plays Nova Prime in Guardians of the Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy being my had been my personal favorite MCU film since it came out.
Definitely favorite soundtrack. I mean, I don't think anything will ever top it.
I can't argue with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nico.
Glenn Close.
That is indeed correct. We'll go to Sandy.
Glenn Close.
That is correct.
All right, gentlemen, your next question is in the category of Star Trek. Name one of the 2 Star Trek films to be nominated for Best Original Score.
Star Trek, not one of those.
I'm sorry.
One of those franchises that most people immediately think of when the
Four?
Sorry, what was that?
No, one of the two.
One of the two.
One of the two.
There's
a little bit of background noise, so I'll give him that one.
Yeah, there's background noise, so we will really.
This question would be a double hitter for me because not only is it a Star Trek question, it's an Oscars question. So I would be like doubly screwed in answering this. I don't know either of those things.
I feel it. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Sandy on this one.
Star Trek 4: The Voyage.
That is correct. We'll go to Nico. Nico.
Drop Nico.
Yeah.
I had the same thing. Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home.
And Nico is perfect through 4.
We also would have accepted Star Trek the Motion Picture.
Star Trek the Motion Picture is the other acceptable one, yes. Your fifth question comes in the category of Pixar. What is the name of the massive corporation that takes over the world in WALL-E?
Technical repeat, please.
Sure thing. In Pixar, what is the name of the massive corporation that takes over the world in WALL-E?
Oh, shoot.
Gotta be my least favorite Pixar movie, and I always get crap for it.
Really? This was your least favorite? Instead of like, like say Good Dinosaur, Cars 2.
I don't mind the Cars trilogy as much as other people. I really don't.
I mean, I really like 1 and 3. I think 2 is pretty garbage.
Like I'll always admit, WALL-E is a beautiful film, but it's just not one I want to watch over again. Saw it once and okay. Good stuff. Nice movie.
That's fair.
Cool story, bro. Tell it again.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
It's by and large.
It is indeed by and large. Nico.
Nope.
No perfect first round today.
Couldn't pull it.
We're all tied up at 4 after 5 questions.
Not as much of a barn burner as both these competitors thought it would be, but we'll see. All right, gentlemen, your next question is in the world of Marvel. Who does Bullseye work for in Daredevil?
You want the character name or the actor?
The character name.
Yeah, this is not one of the best movies to come out of Marvel.
I understand its problems, but again, I don't mind it as much as most people.
I don't either. I really don't either. It did spawn a terrible spinoff. 5.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
3, 2.
Love Jennifer Garner, though.
1. Yeah, Jennifer Garner. Pens down.
Sandy will take your answer.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Did you want my answer now?
Yeah,
sure.
Go ahead. We'll go Sandy.
It's the Kingpin.
That is correct. Nico, your replacement question due to technical issues that I'm going to splice in with absolutely no jarring cuts. Your question for Marvel, Nico. What is the name of the gangster that the Punisher is out to kill in 2004's The Punisher?
Ouch.
I haven't seen any of the Punisher movies, so I'm just going to say Jigsaw.
Howard Saint.
It is Howard Saint. That's who we're looking for. Howard Saint. All right.
Played by the great John Travolta.
Absolutely. All righty. I'm going to give him, or no, I'm on the question.
Yeah, technically it is your question still.
Yep, right. All right, gentlemen, your next question comes in the category of Disney. What is the name of the live-action film that retells the story of Sleeping Beauty? Sleeping Beauty, not my favorite Disney movie.
This remake, not my favorite live action.
Yeah, I like the live. This is one of the few instances where I liked the live-action remake more than the original.
I don't put Sleeping Beauty on all the time, but when it is on, I will enjoy it. But it's not one it's not one of my go-to.
Nah, I've never really cared for it. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
Maleficent.
That is correct. We'll go to Nico.
I also had Maleficent.
That is correct. Even had the spelling right and everything.
Wait, really?
Yep, spelling right and everything. You shouldn't have put the question mark. You had that perfect. All right.
All right. Your next question, gentlemen, is in the category of Worlds of DC or DCEU for those of you who don't care. All right. Your question is, who says the following quote in Wonder Woman? I can save today. You can save the world.
Wonder Woman, easily the best of the 5, I think.
Hey, Caleb, what branch of the military was the main guy in?
Now I know it was the Army. But when I guessed that in my Full Metal Geek, I said Air Force. So.
Horrible.
Hey, man. That's just
know your history, bro. You don't even need to know the movie for that.
I don't know my military history, but I know my history. Trust me. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Nico on this one.
Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine.
That is correct. We'll go to Sandy.
Steve Trevor.
That is correct. Your 9th and penultimate question comes in the world of Fast and Furious. Who directed The Fate of the Furious?
Definitely my least favorite movie of this entire franchise.
Really? I have it in my top 5. I quite enjoyed this one. I don't know why.
I did not like it, at all.
To be fair, I didn't like Furious 7, so, kind of works out that way.
I think my top movie it's a fight between the original and Fast 5.
Fast and Furious 6 will always be my favorite. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
It's F. Gary Gray.
That is correct. We'll go over to Nico.
I had John Carpenter and then changed it to Matthew Vaughn.
Neither director would ever sniff the Fast and Furious franchise, but entertaining thought.
All right, gentlemen, your last question for this round is going to be in the wizarding world. What Harry Potter spell reveals human presence and detects intruders? We actually need the spell.
Tim and I have just begun our first time viewing of this franchise. Yeah.
First time ever?
First time ever viewing of this franchise. The only movie I had seen prior to watching the Harry Potter movies was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which I actually really liked.
Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Shame on anybody who hasn't seen Harry Potter. Shame.
I had to because I run a geek division and have not seen Harry Potter. So 5, 4, 3.
I haven't seen Star Trek and I can still write questions.
1. I can write questions too. Pens down. We'll start with Nico.
Is it Revelio?
Ooh, you were close.
Very close.
We'll go over to Sandy.
It's actually closer than mine. I just said reveal, but I know now that I think it's Revelio or Rebellio.
It was, so you were just missing a part of the spell. It is hominum revelio.
Ah, damn it.
So close. At the end of round number 1, this is a close one. Sandy is up 8 to Nico 6. Anything can happen still. We have 2 rounds left to go. And speaking of which, we are getting into round number 2, which is our wheel round, which works like this. Each of you are going to get a chance to spin the wheel. If you like the category you land on, you're going to get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can defer to multiple choice, but it takes the point value down to being worth 1. If you don't like the category you spin, you can spin again, but you're stuck with it. You can't spin off of opponent's choice. You both have 3 repeats and 1 challenge left in the match. Any questions?
No, just a comment. Nico, you're doing great.
You are too, Sandy. You are too.
This is the most friendly match I've ever been a part of.
They're all doing better than they said they would, so I'm just enjoying it.
All right, your round 2 categories are MCU, Fast and Furious, Scores and Soundtracks, Worlds of DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, Pixar, and Spinners and Opponent's Choice. Sandy, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer to Nico?
I'll go first.
All right, Sandy, your spin is in, and it looks like it's going to be Star Wars. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
You know what? I'm actually going to spin again.
All right, your second spin what you have to stick with is Star Trek.
Oh,
So that worked out great. Your first question in the category of Star Trek is, what rank does Pike promote Spock to in 2009's Star Trek?
the only time I ever see Sandy stumble is with the newer Star Trek films.
Okay, down. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that is Sandy's first repeat. What rank does Pike promote Spock to in 2009's Star Trek?
Fuck it. He promotes him to captain.
That is correct for 2 points.
I don't know why I stumbled over that.
All right, your second question in the category is Star Trek. Finish the quote. What you always do. Turn death into a blank.
Sorry, there was so much noise on Nico's end. I
That's fine. We'll let you go again. Your question is, finish the quote. What you always do. Turn death into a blank. Reminder, you do have multiple choice in round 2.
I know the exact quote. I'm just stuck on the last word, so I'll take multiple choice on this one.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, fighting chance at escape. B, fighting chance for victory. C, fighting chance at life. Or D, fighting chance for freedom.
It's C, a fighting chance at life.
That is correct for 1 point. Your third question here in the category of Star Trek. Who reactivated Bones' commission in Star Trek The Motion Picture?
James C. Kirk.
2 points. Your fourth question here in Star Trek. Who contacts Picard and sends his crew to Romulus in Star Trek Nemesis?
Awesome. Admiral Catherine Janeway.
That is correct for 2 more points. And
Captain Janeway.
your final question in Star Trek. How many torpedoes are beamed aboard the Vengeance at the end of Star Trek Into Darkness?
Multiple choice.
Your options are A, 72, B, 50, C, 106, or D, 33.
I believe it's C, 106.
That is incorrect. Nico, a chance for a 1-point steal. Reminder, you are muted.
I think he's thinking.
Okay.
Can you repeat the choices, please?
I certainly can. Your options are A, 72, B, 50, C, 106, or D, 33.
Okay, so it's not 106. 30. D is speaking to me.
D is telling you lies because that is incorrect. The answer is A, 72. All right, Nico, now is your turn at the wheel. All right. Nico, your spin is away, and it lands on MCU. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Let's hope the questions don't come back to bite me again with this category like they did in my last match. I'm going to keep it.
All right, RJ, you want to give him his questions in MCU?
No problem. All right, here we go. Nico, your first question in the category of MCU. Who replaced Heimdall as the Sentry of the Bifrost in Thor Ragnarok?
Scourge.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. In Avengers Infinity War, what is the first location title that pops up in the movie?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I said the same thing when I read it.
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, Scotland, B, Wakanda, C, space, or D, New York.
I think it was space.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, your next question. What MCU film marks the first time the Infinity Gauntlet was worn?
First time it was worn. That would be the end credits of Avengers Age of Ultron.
That is correct for 2 points. All right, your penultimate question. What LA landmark is the site of a terrorist attack that injures Happy Hogan in Iron Man 3?
I know the place, but not the name, or at least not the first part of the name, so I'm going to need multiple choice.
No problem. Your options are A, the Griffith Observatory, B, Santa Monica Pier, C, the Hollywood sign, or D, TCL Chinese Theater.
It was the Chinese theater.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. Your final question in MCU. How many films has Sebastian Stan worked on?
Gotta break out the whiteboard, count them down. This has been a tricky one when we've tested it.
These ones with films, it's really hard to remember them sometimes. You gotta think of every kind of possibility that they've been.
Five. It's 5.
That is incorrect. Sandy, chance for the steal.
That's 5 was my answer too. I'm gonna say 6.
2 points
That is
for
correct for a
Sandy.
2-point steal.
To break it down for you, it is Captain America: The First Avenger, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War, and the end credit scene of Ant-Man.
Oh, shit.
That's the other one.
Yes.
That's the other one. You're right.
Yep.
Nice.
That is the one everyone forgets is Ant-Man.
That's a nice question. That's a good question.
All right, at the end
As a geek writer, I tip my hat. That's nice.
At the end of round number 2, Sandy is up 17 to Nico's 12. There is still a game to be played as we get into round number 3, which works like this. This is our betting round. You are each going to get the same question. We're gonna give you the category. You're just gonna tell us how many points you would like to bet between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question right, you get the points. If you get the question wrong, you lose the points. We go until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0. Any questions?
All comes down to this.
All right, gentlemen, your first category in which you will be betting points on is Star Trek. How many points would you like to bet on Star Trek? More about time to think. This has been a very close game so far.
Oh, a lot closer than either of these gentlemen thought it would be.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You just wanted to tell when we're ready,
yep.
or
Sandy, how many points are you betting?
I'll bet 1 point.
All right, Nico.
I got to be ballsy here. Also 1 point.
All right, your question in Star Trek. How many Star Trek films feature the actor Michael Dorn?
Ah, shit. An actor question.
I think the biggest surprise here is the 1 point bet by Sandy. You would think he hears Star Trek and maybe have a little bit more confidence to maybe go to 2, but he went for a safer bet. Let's see if it pays off.
Down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Sandy.
It's 5.
That is correct for 1 point. Nico.
Holy shit, I'm a cougar did 5 movies.
That is also correct for a point. We're alive. 18-13 with 4 questions left in the match. What is the next category, RJ?
All right, gentlemen, your next category is going to be Disney. How many points would you like to wager on Disney?
The House of Mouse has been a fan favorite for Sandy in round 3, considering his last match came down to a Disney question that Jay Burns just couldn't pull out.
I feel like if any category of what we have left, this would be Nico's chance to bet big.
We're going to go to Nico. How many points you betting?
RJ's right. I got to go big, so I'm going 2.
All right, Sandy.
I'm betting 1.
All right. Where's the question, RJ?
All right, gentlemen. How many years does Genie say he's been in the lamp when he first meets Aladdin?
One of my favorite quotes in this movie. I quote it in my everyday life. It's a fun quote.
The best scene of the movie is the first meeting. The first meeting is the best scene of the entire movie.
Absolutely. Robin Williams' Genie is one of the best characters Disney has ever had.
Yes. R.I.P. to the great Robin Williams, because that man could do no wrong.
Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
10,000 years gives you such a crick in the neck.
That's correct for 1 point. And Nico.
I wrote down the entire quote.
10,000 is correct. That's a big 2 points. It's 19-15 as we get into the third question of 5, which comes in the category of Star Wars. How many points would you like to bet on Star Wars?
Again, this is a category that you think Nico would want to try to go big. This is the time to play it safe. He has built momentum with that last question. Will he keep it going? Or will Sandy counter that momentum and bet big as well?
This has been a fun one because this is the best round because this is what makes the game. We'll start with Sandy. How many points you betting?
I'm betting 1 point.
All right, and Nico.
Again, RJ is correct. I'm going big with 2.
All right, your question, Star Wars, gentlemen. Who says the following quote in The Force Awakens? You're afraid that you will never be as strong as Darth Vader. Both of them are writing down very confidently. Nico betting 2 on these last 2 is pretty big. It means that he's closing that gap. If he gets it correct, even more. And with 3 left, that means there's 12 points available. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Nico.
Ray says it to Kylo Ren.
2 points. And we'll go to Sandy.
And I said Snoke.
Oh, that's a big loss of points. It is now
Holy
18-17. And we
Oh
go into our
my
fourth
God.
question. What is
It
their
is the-
fourth? What is
Oh
their
my God. All right, gentlemen.
fourth category?
Your fourth category is Fast and the Furious. How many points would you like to wager?
That was a big game point for Nico. Closes that gap. This means we're going to the end. We're going to the end again.
I don't know, because you need to remember this. A lot of people don't know this about Sandy. Fast and Furious is a strength of his. He has been betting Seth lately, but after that loss, I don't know. I think he might go big.
We will see. This could. I think mathematically we have to go to the last question, but this is going to be
still.
This is going to be big. Let's go to Nico. How many points are you betting?
This might be a terrible idea, but this is not a good category for me, so I'm going with 0.
Okay, Sandy.
2 points.
Oh,
This could be a big move. If Sandy gets this right, he goes up to 21. Nico doesn't lose anything.
No, to 20.
Right, 20. I can't math. This is why this category is very difficult for me.
This could put Sandy in a very cushy position if he does get it. So, Nico, you can still answer. Here's the question.
We would like you to answer for stats purposes, actually.
Yes. What is the name of Hobbs' partner and Dom's brief love interest? We will take just a first name.
This is a head scratcher of one if I've ever heard it.
I actually would disagree. I may not know Fast and Furious that well, but I feel like if you are a fan of the franchise, this would not necessarily be a no-brainer, but it's there.
All right.
Can I get a repeat?
That
Absolutely,
is Sandy's second repeat.
All right. The category of Fast and the Furious. What is the name of Hobbs' partner and Dom's brief love interest? Again, this is a very big moment here for both competitors. If This is huge.
Nico betting 0 could help him, but it also might hurt him.
Yeah, I'm aware of the risks here. I'm aware of the mathematical risks here.
We'll have to see. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sandy, what is your answer?
Elena.
2 points.
Nico, did you get it for stats?
I wrote Roxy.
Good thing you didn't bet anything. It is a 3-point game, and the last one has the potential of a 4-point swing. So we play it into our final question. Your final question, gentlemen, comes in the category of DC. How many points would you guys like to bet on DC?
Daddy definitely has the ability to play it safe now.
What's the score?
Go for more points.
What?
What's the score?
It is 20-17. All right, Nico, how many points are you betting?
Obviously, I got to bet 2. It's the final question.
All right, and Sandy?
I bet 0.
I figured he would.
All right, your final question, gents. What is the name of the mob boss that the Joker works for and then kills in 1989's Batman?
Oh, shit.
Sandy just sitting there calmly, doesn't seem to have a care in the world.
He has no reason to care. He's won the game, that's for sure. What is the answer?
Oh, I see an answer being written down, though. Let's see the stats go up.
All right.
I mean, I can name the actor and the character name, so.
2,
Bet.
1. Pens down. We'll start with Sandy.
It is Carl Grissom. Played by
And you
Jack
go.
Palm.
I had nothing. Congratulations, Sandy.
And your winner, Andy, the Sandman Robinson. The answer was indeed Carl Grissom. Final score 20-15. It was intense. It was close the entire time. There is nothing these two should hang their heads about. If anything, this boosts their stats a lot. And Sandy will now advance to a 2-0 and move way up in the rankings. It's going to be, and now he's in a unique spot in a qualifying match to get into a #1 contenders triple threat match. It's big things happening for Sandy here today, and yeah, What are your thoughts, RJ?
I mean, those of you who are fans of the Schmoedown, you saw Mar versus Rachel. You saw how sick those two ladies were, and they took it to the end. This is our slightly dumbed down version of that. Neither of these gentlemen are feeling well today. I'm going to let you in on that. Neither of these gentlemen are feeling physically well, and they still took it to the wire. You should be very impressed and very afraid of both these gentlemen for what they can do when they're at 100%, especially now that Sandy is 2-0 and is moving up. Everyone should be very afraid of the Sandman, and nobody should be putting any doubt in Nico's ability.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. All right, so let's take it into post-match interviews. RJ, would you like to conduct the post-match interviews?
Absolutely. I love nothing more than talk to these gentlemen about this amazing match. We will start with our victor today, Sandy Sandman Robinson. Sandy, you told me yourself you weren't feeling 100% today. You were coming into the match anyways. You still pulled out the victory. You only had really one falter, like maybe 2 or 3 falters in the entire match. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, RJ, well, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. I feel fortunate. Like you said, I'm not feeling 100%. Nico's not feeling 100% either. I mean, it's like 2 injured players playing in the playoffs. You suck it up and you play. So I take my hat off to Nico as well for that. But I'm proud of my performance today. I wish that I would have had a little bit more guts on the betting rounds because I knew most of the questions. I could have really put it away. So doubting myself really came into play there. But Nico came to play, and I'm once again extraordinarily proud of where he's come as a competitor over the last. And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to play him. Do that anytime I've got the chance. So I want to thank Multiplex for letting me play here. I'm just really happy that I was able to pull out a win. The questions were great today. I'm without words at the moment.
Without words. Well, I'm going to ask you for a couple more. Now, you take spin of strength in the second round. You had a very dominant first round. So going into the third round, how were you feeling?
I was feeling pretty good. Like Caleb said, I've been into the third round before, so I kind of know what to expect in that. And I may not in my first match bet, according. I might have just had a bit more bravado. So I tried to rein it back a little bit and try to use math, what you learn in school. And to try to figure out what it was. And when it came down to that final question, I knew Nico had to go big. But if I stayed at 0, it didn't matter one that got the question right or not. It just would have made it closer. So I think especially with this format, you got to play a little bit of strategy. And this time around, I very much did, and I was able to come away with the victory. So.
Speaking of that victory, like Caleb said, you are now 2-0 in this division. You are coming up on a match that could get you a #1 contention. How are you feeling about that?
As always, I feel nervous, but I also feel privileged and thankful that I've been that I'm in this position. Nobody will ever tell you that they want to lose. So I want to win. I want to compete. I want to play. I want to play the best players that they have. And if that means I've got to go through a triple threat to get to the champ, then that's what I got to do. So I'm looking forward to it. Depending on who my people are, the people that I play against are. It's just going to be a good match from me regardless. I can only focus on myself, and that's what I'm going to do.
All right. And we will definitely look forward to seeing next time what you do.
I do want to step in very quickly before we wrap up our post-match with Sandy. Your match is going to be against the winner of your Take 3 buddy, Malcolm Lay, and the dastardly, dangerous movie nerd, Dominic Rizzi. So of those two, who would you rather face in your qualifier?
Well, I love Malcolm. I really do. Malcolm's, a fellow Take 3 member, and he's got a really wide breadth of knowledge. Dominic's a rising star in these leagues, and I've seen him play in my own geek division on a full metal, and he's impressive. And it would be a pleasure to play either one of them. But if I had to pick one or two, I won't actually do that. I will just say that either one of them will be either or both will be a very good opponent for me. So yeah, that's great.
Well, we definitely look forward to that match. And Sandy, thanks so much for being here, and congratulations once again on the win.
Thank you.
All right. And now, folks, we are here with our unfortunate loser today. That is the Cosmic Nightfury, Nico. Nico, wow. I mean, that was a hell of a fight you put up today. I mean, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling?
A little gassy, if we're being real. Like you said it yourself, neither of us were feeling 100%. I was dealing with some, I don't want to say food poisoning, but I was dealing with some stomach issues before we went on to tape this match. So I'm very happy with the performance that I put on, especially considering, as I stated in the pre-match interview, the majority of my studying preparation has been for the TV Throwdown Fandom tournament as of late. It has not been in movies because, you know, I've to be real with you, I have felt like for a little while now that, you know, even with the improvements that I've been making in this division and in movies overall, there are still tons of people who are like eons ahead of me. Whereas if you saw my performances in TV Throwdown Fandom, I have been racking up points left and right, whether it was a specialty match exhibition or it was for that play. And I feel like I have a home there that I can dominate, that I don't have to be the guy playing catch up anymore. I can be the guy other people have to catch up to in that division. But for me to be able to do what I did with as little preparation as I put in against a titan like Sandy, someone who is feared, respected, you name it, throughout this community, especially in this type of format, in a geek/fandom format, I'm very proud. Even more so considering the last performance I put on. Again, I won with a score of 3-1. That like, granted, a lot of people said the questions for that match in particular were a little iffy. But you know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. And thankfully, I just got a lot of questions that I did know. The one thing that I will probably be kicking myself for is Ant-Man, because like I should have thought just a few more seconds about that. I forgot Ant-Man. I forgot Sebastian Stan was in there. It happens, and to be honest, Sandy did exactly what I would have done for that final question. He bet 0. If I had a lead like that, I would have done the same thing. It's smart math, and it is what it is. I am happy that if this is my last movie-centric match for the year, I'm happy that it was against such a high-caliber opponent, and I put up such a high-caliber score against such a high-caliber opponent.
Okay, and you absolutely did, man. You were right behind him in the first round. You dominated your second round except for that last question, and you made a hell of a comeback in the third round. So you definitely have nothing to feel bad about. But like you said, this does mean this will probably be your last fandom match of the year. But when you do come back, is there anybody in particular that you're like, when I come back, I want to make a statement, and this is the person I want to make it against? Who is it?
I don't have any names in particular, but I will say this. In my last Warzone match, you heard me say I want to compete on January 21st. That is part of the week that I'm dedicating to my dad and for Penn State Fund, trying to raise money for Diamond's Pediatric Cancer Foundation. So for the case of Fandom, Caleb already has Afro Samurai booked to compete as a team on January 25th. I would also like a singles match on that day, if possible, to help continue the theme of that week.
And you know what? That sounds great, man. And you know what? I'm going to put it out there right now. You have always talked about wanting to play me. I don't know where I'm going to be in ranking by that time, but to help with your charity, I would like to recommend I will play you in a singles fandom match. You have always asked to play me. Our rankings have never allowed us to. If they will allow it at Multiplex, I will play you in a singles match for that week for the charity to help you and in support of your father. I will play you.
I'll say this, RJ. You're playing Jen next. If you beat Jen, that will make you 2-1, and then you get into qualifier against me. If you lose to me in the qualifier, which hey, anything can happen. You will be 2-2, which is the current record that Nico has. So if you lose the qualifier, you will be the exact ranking that will work. Regardless, I think we can make it work regardless of ranking. But just saying, it's very possible you could be the same ranking at the end of the year. So
there you go, Nico. Me and you, we will finally have our showdown in January, one way or another.
Challenge accepted, providing circumstances. And also, one more thing before we finish up here. I am so happy that I got to play someone who was not a trash talker. I mean, I love Hunter, but you know, he's doing his own thing now with the attitude change. Jim Green, meh. Caleb, you can be annoying at times. Kane can be annoying at times. So it was just such a pleasure to face someone who I haven't already faced before, for one thing, but also to face someone who I could just be friendly with for once. It's nice to not have to do the whole "I hate you" promo thing. So I'm very thankful for this match.
Absolutely, and we were thankful to have you, sir, and we will definitely be seeing you next year back here.
All right, so those were our post-match interviews. Very friendly. Sandy is moving on into a qualifier for a number 1 contenders match. Nico hopefully playing RJ at the start of next year, and Afro Samurai will be back next year, facing, I don't have the name off the top of my head at this moment, but they will definitely be back. It's going to be fun. So Nico may be done for the season, but he's definitely not done in fandom. We will see him back. And Sandy got a big year coming up. Team 80s playing the Kings of Winter in the next round of the team tournament, and Sandy playing the winner of Dom and Malcolm in a qualifier. This has been Fandom Fight. It's been an intense battle, a great match from 2 great competitors. We'll start with our winner, Sandy. Where can they find you?
Thanks a lot, Caleb, and great job hosting today with you and RJ. The good kids can find me all over Facebook and YouTube on Full Metal Media. You can also find me on Take 3, filming our newest venture. Me and Matt Kearns, Rhyme and Reason. Everything you thought you didn't need to know about movies, but you are going to. We talk about everything from our favorite movies to our favorite sports. It's pretty much just whatever we want to talk about. So make sure to drop that watch that on Take 3. And you can see me here playing in Multiplex and worldwide movie games all over the place. Facebook and Twitter, srobinson1799. Thanks so much.
All right. Our unfortunate loser, Nico, where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuave Regoli. You can find me right here at Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. The TeePublic, where I've designed the Arrowverse Champions t-shirt. Go check that out. The TeePublic is just Multiplex, so go check out our shirts over there. You can find me hosting Around the League every Sunday at the most random times of the day here at Multiplex Entertainment. And most recently, myself and Hunter Chambliss now have a wrestling podcast called The Week of Wrestling. You can check out the Facebook group, and we're also on iTunes and a bunch of other podcast services that I don't know the names of, but Hunter does. So, and also PB Throwdown Fandom. I'm coming for that belt. I will have it, and I will defend it on January 22nd. Mark my words. That is a promise.
All right, my co-host RJ, where can I find you?
Besides sitting in my wonderful spinning chair, you can always find me around Full Metal Media. I help out with a lot of the trivia matches and hosting. I will sometimes compete. Most of the time I won't win. Actually, I don't think I've ever won except one time, but that's besides the point. And if you want to find me on social media, I don't have any except Facebook. You can find me at Rene Villarreal Jr. If you get multiple things, just look for the picture of me and Jason David Frank. It should be very easy to spot if you really know me.
All right, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Caleb Coho. That's KALEBKOHO. You can find me on YouTube, Caleb Coho, where I do music, Coho Productions, where I do film. My movie Trick Part 2 is out on both channels right now. You can watch it for free. What's not free is my album Shoot for Teams with my group The Forks, which you can find on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you consume your digital music. And you can find me right here on Multiplex Entertainment, hosting Fandom Fight every Friday, Nerdgasm every Saturday, Multiplex Fantasy Football every Wednesday, and a new show with Jake Marangoni every Thursday that we will be announcing very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. make sure if you're watching today, we have one more match today. Our main event, Pauluyama versus Case Cornelese. Go check that out. Primetime Pauluyama making his return. It should be incredibly thrilling. And tomorrow, a doubleheader of Nerdgasm battles. We have Jessica Morgan taking on Brian Fernandez as the undercard to Dominic Rizzi versus Jay Burns. It's going to be a barn burner over in the Nerdgasm division tomorrow. So check that out as well. And thank you all for watching. We will see you all next week.